You can't lead a company like this unless you love food. I love food. I love pizza.
The internet is absolutely fabulous for us. It's a win for the customer and it's a win for us. We're feeling pretty good about where we are.
Getting the pizza right, getting the communication right, and then give the customers the kind of experience that we wanted to give them.
Still a lot to come on the technology front, and part of that is around the delivery experience.
Stay tuned, we're a competitive bunch here.
Wow, it's the end of an era for Domino's Pizza. Longtime CEO Patrick Doyle would be stepping down come June. That's right. He's going to be replaced by Richard Allison, currently the president of Domino's International. The stock sold off today. It's down nearly $7. It's easy to understand why. In fact, I'm surprised it wasn't down more, maybe much more. We've been behind Doyle nearly every step of the way. Ever since he came on the show in 2010, stock was around $10 and change. Even after today's decline, it's at $200, a nearly 1,900% gain. Under his leadership, Domino's transformed from a chain with self-described cardboard-tasting pizza to a terrific technology company with an amazing online ordering system and a phenomenal pizza. So what does the future look like for the company without this visionary at the helm? You know what? Let's ask the man himself, Patrick Doyle, the bankable president and CEO of Domino's Pizza, as he gets ready to take a victory lap after an amazing tenure. Mr. Doyle, welcome back to Mad Money.
Thanks, Jim. I appreciate it.
Well, Pat, when I spoke to you yesterday, you know, I was sad because you've been remarkable and you've been a great friend of the show. You're 54. You got a lot of things to do. Why now?
You know what? I accomplished the goals that I'd set out for myself when I took over in 2010. Our franchisees are doing great. They got the best unit economics in the industry. We're number one in pizza now. And so really the third part of this for me, and kind of always thought it was going to be about a 10-year deal, and this is going to be about 8.5 by the time I leave at the end of the June. But, you know, it was really, do I have the right leaders in place? And, you know, the board, this is ultimately their decision on who's going to succeed me, and I couldn't be more thrilled that Rich Allison is going to be the next CEO. Russell Weiner is going to be the chief operating officer. We've got an amazing team in place, and so I would not leave unless I was confident that this business was going to do even better going forward. And so terrific team. If they're ready and I've hit the goals that I set for myself, there's a rhythm to these things, and this is the right time to do it. They're ready, and so I'll run hard until the end of June, take the back half of the year off, and figure out what I'm going to do next.
Okay, now I need to tell you, as soon as people heard that you were leaving, Chipotle stock jumped a huge amount. He said, oh, he's going to Chipotle. I said, no, I spoke to him. He has really no plans. He wants to figure out what his next chapter of life is, right?
That's exactly right. And I don't, you know what, I'm in a position that fortunately I can do this sequentially. So I am thinking about nothing but Domino's until midnight on June 30th. And then my wife and I are going to go off and take 6 months and figure out what our next adventure is going to be. And I'm not going to retire. I'm too young for that. I'm going to keep doing something, but I have no idea what that's going to look like. And I'm going to take, you know, a little bit of time the back half of the year and figure that out. And, you know, maybe you'll give me some advice along the way on that.
Well, you're young, but I heard I said, I'm 54 years old. It's too early. But you said you'd accomplish, what, 3 things when you were done, when you got all 3 done, you were ready to roll, right?
Yep, that's exactly right.
So let me ask you something. Did you know when we first met that when you did that revolutionary campaign where you told me that the pizza tasted like cardboard, that you could have that phenomenal return? I mean, you had to start somewhere. You started with the most basic, but then you just became a technological marvel, too. Did you know a lot about technology when you started? I knew you know a lot about Taste of Pizza.
Right. Yeah, you know what? I did not. I mean, if I think about the different areas of the company, certainly I ate a lot of pizza. I was eating Domino's when I was in college, and, you know, I'd worked in finance, and I'd been a marketing guy, and I'd run operations and done a lot of different things, but technology had not been on that list. And, you know, look, all I can say today is I understand what you can do with technology, but, you know, Kevin Vasconi is our CIO. He is amazing. Dennis Maloney runs our kind of digital operations, figuring out what to do with it. I can help figuring out what to do with it, but I got to have people a lot smarter than me that can figure out how to actually make that work.
Well, I want to give you a chance to talk about something that you did, which is to make it so that, again, younger people, immigrants, people who would not normally be able to have a business of themselves, you created an environment where that could happen. Talk about that to us.
Well, that's ultimately what's most important to me is over 90% of our franchisees in the U.S. started as hourly workers in our stores. And, we've now got 800 franchisees in the U.S. They're making just terrific money on their business. They're creating opportunities for more people within their business. They're generating new franchisees. And there is nothing more important to me than that and that creating opportunity. That's what gets me excited every day. And I'll tell you, that's the only hard part of this is, I got an awful lot of great friends in the system and in the company. And I guess the good news is, can't be a pure friendship when you're working together. And and I'm going to continue to be friends with an awful lot of them going forward.
Well, I got to tell you, I've got just one question about Mr. Allison. How did he do in international, and what can he bring to the table?
Well, you know what? You look at his track record in international. He's been running it for 7 years. It's been growing faster with him running it than it's ever grown before. Track record is absolutely phenomenal. Before he came, he worked with a lot of different restaurant companies as a consultant, and then came here and has just lit it up as a leader. He's smart, he's disciplined, and he is an incredibly good person. And all of those three things together with the track record make him a terrific choice. And again, it's why I'm leaving now. If you've got somebody ready to take over, there's just a rhythm to these things, and it's time. He's ready, and I couldn't be more excited to be able to pass this off to him.
I know you're not done. Before you retire, you got to come here one more time. You bring me that no-cheese pizza that I like so much. Pat Doyle, congratulations on all you've done, and I hope you have just so many more great things for people and for shareholders. And yes, for you and your wife. Why not? It's your time, too. That's Patrick Doyle, President and CEO of Domino's Pizza, the best-performing stock and the best-performing CEO we've ever had. And my perspective. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.